Hey everybody, welcome back to Elevated Experience Camping's YouTube channel. My name's Trevor, and this is Carmen, of course, the owner and operator of Elevated Experience Camping out at Willie West Campground in Drayton Valley. And today we're going to be talking about the campground's vision, mission, and values. So what is important to you guys, why camping is so special to you, and why people should choose you, and what you can expect from Carmen and the crew out at the campsite. So Carmen, get us started.
As we kind of life takes us and life gets busier, one of the biggest problems is people usually love the outdoors. However, most want nowadays some modern amenities to make their stay more comfortable.
Sure.
You know, we've kind of gotten to that stage in our life with technology and being busy, and we like that balance of enjoying the outdoors but having some amenities. So our vision has always been that we want to get to as many people as we can to show them that you can fall in love with the outdoors again. And that's actually our mission is, we want people to come down to Wiley West Campground and really unwind and remember what it's like to fall in love with the outdoors again.
Awesome.
And our goal in our first 5 years was to have 20,000 people come through the door. We exceeded that in year 2.
Awesome. Wow.
At the end of year 2.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So in our next 5 years, because we're going on to year 6, we bumped that to 40,000. So our goal is to have 40,000 people come through the doors or the gates within 5 years.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So we're really proud of that. We've done a really good job, and we have a great loyal fan base, and we always want to continue that. So we have some values that I think make us a little unique. I hope it makes us unique, but I do think when I talk to customers, they see that. And so I'm pretty proud of that. And my staff and the crew members that come and work at Wiley West Campground always align with our vision, mission, and values. And I think that's why we're able to execute them so well.
Yeah, it's very important that people buy into the vision and buy into the values, because otherwise they're a poor fit, and it reflects in your brand, reflects in everything they do, and then it can, alienate your customers.
Absolutely. So I'm going to tell you about our values.
Sure.
So first of all, excellence in customer service. We actually we don't want to be awesome at customer service. We want to be obsessed about customer service. Like, that is our number one goal, is that we are meeting the needs of the customers. So that goes from the maintenance crew to the office crew to the crew in the candy parlor to the management team. Customer service is our number one goal. And that goes through from the person standing in front of us to how we answer the phone. We actually have a script that we answer the phone. And it's actually funny. We always say, thank you for calling Elevated Experience Camping. How can we elevate your day today? And people you always usually get 2 responses. They're like, either that's a mouthful, and they chuckle, or they're like, well, yes, you can elevate my day. So it always just starts off that conversation in a positive way.
That's great.
So that's one of the things we do. The customer in front of us, obviously, we're always friendly, greeting them. Everybody wears a uniform. We change actually our uniforms yearly, and they're always fun and whimsical. People are always looking forward to see what the new look of the uniform is. That's kind of a popular thing for people, returning customers. And then again, even in emails, we've really streamlined even how we respond to emails. We spent a lot of time putting together almost like kind of blanket emails for common questions, so that we're responded to each customer the same way, in a consistent way that is clear, concise. We're answering their concerns, inquiries, all that, but that it's all done, that the response will be the same for everybody, so that there's no kind of deviation from that. So that's one of the things we do. We like to make wow moments.
Okay.
So we're always looking for those small little things we can do to make wow moments. I always tell my staff, whenever you can do something just a little above and beyond, do it. A great example I can give you, and I always laugh at this one. We have pylons in the campground that we give to people that struggle to back up their trailer, because then they can mark it, hey? And so I was sitting in the back one day, and I could hear a gentleman up front talking to to the crew member and saying to his, I could tell the son was young, so around, he ended up being around 10, that, mom's not here, so you're going to have to help back me up. And you could kind of hear the kid be like, oh, okay. So I assumed that he's probably heard mom and dad when they've been backing up the trailer, right?
He's going to swear at me.
Right. And so I walked out and I was like, you know what? I said, can I hand you the pylons and have a staff help you? I said, because I don't want to get a call that somebody's swearing at their child in the campground. And he chuckled and laughed and he was like, oh, that would be so awesome. But it's just simple things like that, right? That makes such a difference for campers, right? Yeah. Because I could hear the conversation, and that's always a laugh for my staff. We deliver all our stuff. So on Fridays when the bulk of people are coming in, you always know the couple that had trouble backing up their trailer when you come to their site with the firewood, because they have that sheer despair on their face, right? So, but those are the things we do for those little wow moments, right? Whenever we can do something that's just going to ease and get them again to be able to relax, unwind, and fall in love with the outdoors again.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Teamwork is very important to us. Culture is very important to us. We have a very diverse team down there. Again, we have our regular employees, we have at-risk youth, and we have people with disabilities. So we're a very diverse team down there. And we spend a lot of time building team. We have several team building activities throughout the year. It is not uncommon on a Sunday for us to shut down pretty much the campground. We always put a sign on the door saying, phone the delivery phone if you need anything, for us to sit down for a half hour and have supper together or something. So we do all those kind of things to really build that team, that we're really a solid unit.
Yeah, you have to be if you're going to be in customer service, and having a big crew like you have out there. I think it's very important to keep that cohesiveness. A lot of business owners want to create culture and create team, but they don't ever meet with their team. They don't ever do any team building exercises. They don't, really talk with them. So how are you supposed to build a culture if you're not in with them on a regular basis?
Yes. And because I live down at the campground and my trailer is actually right across from the office, I've always made my site inviting for my staff to always come over and ask me anything if I'm out in my yard or just sitting around. So again, I make my site inviting so that my staff feel comfortable no matter what. Even if they're off and just want to come chat, that I'm always open, and it's an inviting place for them to come to.
That's great.
Team expertise. So again, one of the things I'm very proud of, if you read our Google reviews, which I'm going to put a plug in, that we are the second most Google reviewed campground in all of Alberta, behind Waterton Parks.
Oh, nice.
With a 4.7 rating.
Sweet. That's good.
Yeah. So, but one of the three things that people say is my staff are always friendly and knowledgeable. So we actually have an extensive training program when we onboard our staff, which I'm very proud of, because I think if you hold campgrounds in general, I would think it would be baptism by fire, which of course some things are, but not only do we have an extensive onboarding program that they do before they get to the campground, we have a whole day dedicated to demonstration of how to use the equipment down there.
Right.
So everybody learns how to run the tractor, how to run a weed whacker, not everybody maintenance the chainsaw, but how to run the air compressors. We spend a whole day so that how to back up the ATVs and the gators, right? Just we have a very extensive training program. And then the second day is they spend a whole day with me literally walking the campground to learn all the nuances. All my staff, from the 16-year-olds up to the 60-year-olds, can tell you how to check electrical outages on every site. Those are the things that we train them on. They just, so when people say that they have no power, every single employee, it doesn't matter who they are, knows how to do it, goes out there and gets it done no matter who the customer asks. Yeah.
Fixes it, because, a lot of times people don't understand about the electrical component of the campground, so they overload it. They're plugging in too many things, and then it just pops the breaker, and just have to educate them.
Yeah, so I'm really proud of the training program we've created for our staff.
Great.
We create fun. So I always say, if you work for me, we work hard, but we play hard. So again, when it's quiet, it's not unheard of for us to go and play mini golf together, or go throw the football around, or like we're installing 2 pickleball courts this year. So I'm very excited. I want to put together kind of like a round robin tournament that weekly we just so again, staff, because I'm also a firm believer, if staff haven't played it and enjoyed it, it's very hard for them to sell it.
Right.
So again, having them sell it is by having them play it and enjoy it and see the nuances and all that kind of stuff. So for example, for me, the first time I played pickleball, because I had always been told it was more of a seniors game, I thought, oh, it's going to be really easy. Oh my God, it's a workout. It is a workout. I was like, and the seniors whipped my butt. But I really had a lot of fun, right? Obviously, because I'm bringing in pickleball courts, and it is the #1 fastest growing sport in North America. I always like to say, device a little weirdness.
Okay.
So we always want to be just that fun, different thing, that we are always doing something a little different. For example, our shower house is all kind of superhero themed. So not that that's weird, but it's just fun and whimsical. It's got that little weird, but I always laugh, and men always laugh because the slogan, and it's a Sasquatch that's superheroed in each of them. But in the men's bathroom, the saying in it is only superheroes pee here. So that's my kind of little weirdness, right? Like that little like fun kind of like, makes you chuckle, right? So I like that. And often my staff, if once you get to know me, they'll be like, I'm always like, I'll say something and they're like, that is the craziest idea ever. And I'm like, follow my vision, right? And usually when we get to the end, they're like, oh, that worked out. So I always encourage people to like, be creative,
Sure.
Do things different, give back. So one of the things that I am very fond of, because I'm a social worker by trade, is as much as we want to be part of the community and give back. That's part of the reason we run our Operation Sasquatch program for at-risk youth. Again, we want to make sure we're giving back to the community. That's part of the reason we work with Beehive, with employing people with disabilities. Wherever we can collaborate with businesses in town for a win-win, we do. There's a new brewery in town, a microbrewery, that we are currently in talks with to work out how they can deliver their product down to the campground. So that, again, they're getting their name out. Our campers, again, are getting alcohol delivered to them if that's what they wish. It's a win-win. We're collaborating with, we're looking at doing some special events, kind of promotional things. So we're in talks with the flower shop. We've always had a relationship with the specialty meat market there for our camper specials. Yeah. But wherever we can, we work with the Drayton Valley Thunder, which is the hockey team there, the like AAA hockey team. They do some volunteering down there. We give back. So we're always looking at opportunities where we can give back to the community, or we can participate in things in the community to get our name out, but also to make sure that we're supporting the community as well.
That's great.
Equality for all. Very simple. And I think it speaks for itself with the diversity of the team. When in doubt, be kind. Right?
Fair enough.
Quality. So we want to have great quality, and we want to do it better than anybody else. And that's why with some of our stuff, we've kind of went outside the realm of maybe locally in Alberta, but we're still locally in Canada, because we want to make sure that we're giving our customers a experience that is that they will never forget, but they're getting the quality of the product. And again, kind of that little different, a little weird, sometimes still staying local, of course, within Canada. But we always want to make sure that our quality, and that's one of the things, we have a high standard. To my point of my second, one of the things in the Google reviews is the campground, people say it's immaculately kept. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my team for keeping it that way. But again, it's that kind of idea that we want to just make sure that we're always accountable and keeping it really clean and tidy for the customer.
That's great. I love
Safety. So actually, safety is extremely important to us. We have an extensive risk management plan, which we have utilized in the last 5 years. We've had 2 floods. We're working on 3 right now, and we've been through a fire evacuation. So, and we had a huge electrical problems last year with the massive heat wave we had for as long as it was. Right. So we have a really good risk management plan, and we have a whole occupational health and safety plan, and all staff are trained on that, and we have a committee. And so I'm really proud of that too, because again, I think campgrounds sometimes fall under the radar of that, because a lot of them are mom and pop shops. And so unless they're run by the government, they typically don't have that. So we're proud that we have that kind of stuff. And really the last 2 points I like to point out to you is like, one of our things that we love is that we want to build memories with people. We want, when people leave Wiley West Campground and Elevated Experience Camping, that they leave and they've left with a memory that they will take with them and talk about to their friends, their family members, their coworkers, and be like, you know, when I was down at Wiley West Campground, like, oh my goodness, this is what we did. This was amazing. We've never experienced that. And I can give an example of those little things that I'm talking about, making memories. This year for 2025, for Father's Day, we usually, when there's special occasions, try and do little things a little different. So we're looking at something a little different for pancake breakfast. But at pancake breakfast, we're actually going to do tie demonstrations. Okay. So that dads, because typically, and I'm stereotyping there a bit, but if you don't wear a tie every day, you either are you'll struggle with it, or your partner's doing it, or your child's doing it, or your teenager's doing it, right? But we thought it's a fun little thing that, we're going to have a bunch of ties, and if they want to learn, and we're going to learn a couple different ways to tie ties.
Sure. That sounds great.
So again, those are things that people can leave and be like, oh, I was at this pancake breakfast where I got this cool pancake, different type of breakfast idea, and they showed me how to tie a tie, right? Like, these are things that most places, or when you're camping, you wouldn't have, but that's a memory that people would remember, right? So just an example. And then it's the golden rule is always our last one. Be your own customer. Treat people how you want to be treated as a customer.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of our vision, mission, and values.
Perfect. Well, that is really good stuff. I love everything that you've said there, and what you guys try to embody in people's camping experience. So if you're looking for a different camping experience, an elevated camping experience, I recommend you check out Elevated Experience Camping and book a reservation. Come camping for the weekend. They have great deals on midweek camping as well. All the fun stuff usually happens on the weekends, but they have great things and great staff that are there throughout the week as well. So thanks so much for joining us on this video, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.